What we're going to talk about is The Mummy, which is directed by Alex Kurtzman and written by David Cope and Christopher McQuarrie and Dylan Cussman, with a story by Kurtzman, John Spates, and Jenny Lumet. It's a reboot of the Mummy franchise, the original Mummy franchise from 1999, which I absolutely love. It's the first installment of the Dark Universe film series. The film obviously stars Tom Cruise, Annabelle Wallace, Sophia Boutella, Jake Johnson, Courtney B. Vance, and Russell Crowe. So basically, the premise is Tom Cruise's character Nick Morton. He is a soldier of fortune who plunders ancient sites for timeless artifacts and sells them to the highest bidder. So basically, Indiana Jones. So when Nick and his partner come under attack in the Middle East, ensuing battle accidentally unearths Amanet, a betrayed Egyptian princess who's played by Sophia Boutella, who was entombed under the desert for thousands of years. And with her powers constantly evolving, Morton must now stop this resurrected monster as she embarks on a furious rampage on the streets of London. And currently, it's at 17% on Rotten Tomatoes. So all of us, we watched the film. Let's start with you, Arindam. What did you make of The Mummy?
See, whenever you see names like Alex Kurtzman and Roberto Orci put up on the screen, you know that you're in for a shit show. And I had totally forgotten that Alex Kurtzman had directed it, but when the movie just started, and I just thought of putting up the post on Facebook, and I wrote watching Mummy, and then suddenly director Alex Kurtzman came up. Till date, I don't know, I don't remember at all that Alex Kurtzman was doing it. I already was going in with very low expectations, and they just lowered, they dropped down. And then they did the weirdest thing that was possible. They had their own logo for the franchise. It's called the Dark Universe. It's the most cringeworthy thing that I've seen. We've seen these done in the trailer. I thought they were just doing it in the trailer itself, but they actually included it in the movie. Okay, that being said, I was expecting a total shit show, and then it started rolling. And then till the end credits drop, I was expecting it to be at the level in which the reviews were putting it in, but it just did not suck that much for me. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I had a good time. I knew it was stupid. I won't give you reasons why it is good. I just had a good time. That's all I can. And sometimes that's all you need for a movie to make you feel. Maybe my expectations were so low that I did not expect a good movie or a coherent movie at all. For me, it was coherent enough. There were terrible performances in this. Tom Cruise, for half of the movie, doesn't know which movie he's in. There are four writers scripted, and four of them seem to have turned in four scripts with totally different tones. Like I said in the forum also, the genre changes every 10 minutes. In the same scene itself, you have totally serious superheroic stuff going on, and then there's slapstick thrown in, and then there's comedy, and there are jump scares as well. It's very weird, especially that forest scene, I think, is testament to that. So it's a weird movie, and I think the weirdest performance in this movie has to be of Russell Crowe's. This is the most hammed up shit that I've seen ever. I have no idea what's going to happen in the next movies. And okay, let's have Anir's take on this, and then we'll talk some.
I'll tell you one movie of Russell Crowe where he hammed it up equally as badly as this one, which was The Man with the Iron Fist. I don't know why he was there in that movie in the first place. And he has become a part of so many of movies like this that I can't even tell you where his career is headed for now. Because sometimes he comes up in really brilliant movies, other times he's just, I don't know, just wading through the movies as time goes on. The movie itself for me was supremely irritating. I know what you're talking about when you're talking about the logo itself. It's take a page out of all the books that all the hit franchises have made, and it's not about you're pushing it down other people's throat. There's no subtlety in it. It's fun for the audience member to realize that it's part of your universe and everything connects all together. For us to figure it out, but when you have all of this being constantly rammed into your face, it doesn't actually hit you, have the same impact. The studios might feel differently, but it doesn't, because they're actually treating the audience members as really stupid people who just don't know what each character is and how each of these characters might connect together. It's like nobody can connect the dots. a lot of movies that have gained cult status and probably have been developed into franchisee, there's a huge canon that is built around them, and one thing is for sure that it's a lot of the times the fun is into deciphering what and reading what's between the lines and not actually having it right there on the screen. And in this sense, this movie fails terribly. I mean, if you're looking at good action scenes, I can tell you there are very few of them. What you see in the trailers, that's about it. And that in itself speaks a lot about this movie. You go in expecting a lot of these scenes that will hit you in your uh, face, and then you'll be wowed, and you'll be at the edge of your seats. And for most of the time, it's not, and it's like it's such a weak script. And moving, the pacing is so erratic. Sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's slow, and they're trying to build up this universe, which is totally, I don't know, unnecessary. At least that's what it feels like. And you have Russell Crowe, which we have spoken about as like the Nick Fury of this universe, and and like you said, he is again hamming it up big time. It just doesn't stick. It's like they had all these ideas, they threw everything at the wall, and then they were trying to see what will land so that they build up this universe. But I can tell you right now, this franchisee seems like it's dead on arrival, man. It surely feels like that to me. And the performances, I can't really say anything. Sofia Boutella is hot, but that's about it. I definitely regret going to watch this movie. Abhishek, do you feel similarly, or are you going to say something very different?
I absolutely hated this fucking film. I love Tom Cruise, but I fucking hated this movie. Just, I did not have a good time. The only reason why is it's Tom Cruise. That guy is so charismatic. Just give him a coherent script. This movie would not have worked even in the 90s. It is that bad. And 90s and the 90s are known for their ham-fisted shit like this. The original Mummy is such a great film for a particular reason. You have two characters who don't get along, and they unleash this ancient evil. And they make one guy makes keeps making stupid decisions. Brendan Fraser's character, and you have Rachel Weisz's character, who makes these intelligent decisions, who knows exactly what the fuck to do. What exactly is Tom Cruise here? Is he an Egyptologist? Is he a Marine? Is he a part of the army? Is he a fortune hunter? What the fuck is he? Because every scene, he's someone else. You don't, at one time, you know exactly what he's going for. He knows exactly how things work. At the next moment, he's a complete idiot. The fact that he was possessed and was having visions of this life that he has no idea about, that he is cursed, you never actually felt that. Because most of the time, he's just playing the idiot. He's just having some slapstick shit thrown right at your face. And I love Tom Cruise, but this is by far one of the worst pieces of crap films that he's been a part of since Night and Day. I think this is his worst portrayal in the past 20 years. Tom Cruise should know better and not be a part of films such as this. Yeah, it builds up towards a greater, bigger franchise. There are most things which are involved in this film. But what the fuck was this? This was 2 hours of just nonsense. What the fuck is Russell Crowe's character supposed to be? He's supposed to be the fucking Nick Fury. Can everyone stop calling him fucking Nick Fury? Because you know where exactly Nick Fury is and what he does. What is he doing? He's doing absolutely nothing. What is his character arc? What is his character development? What is the prodigium? Nothing is explained. You're just supposed to take these ideas and just accept it and just move on. And Annabelle Wallace's character, oh my, like, for someone who's supposed to be an expert in shit like this, I have more idea about these things than she does. What the fuck was that? And can someone stop casting Jake Johnson in films? Stop casting that guy. Fuck this film.
They ripped off the entire thing from American Werewolf in London. Nobody even seemed to care. The entire dead friend giving you monologues on what to do and what not to do.
That being said, what are your expectations from the future movies? The Dark Universe, of course, will have a lot of bunch of stars, in fact, attached to it. There is, of course, talk of obviously Johnny Depp because he will fucking fit in like a glove in this goddamn universe. So let's just ask you, which Dark Universe movie are you excited for? You have Dracula, Creature from the Black Lagoon, Invisible Man, played by Mr. Johnny Depp himself, Phantom of the fucking Opera, Bride of Frankenstein, and Hunchback of Notre Dame. So, a murderous row of great film franchises there, ladies and gentlemen. So it does not make sense. Why is this happening? What do we not have Marvel movies already? Do we not have DC movies already? Why is this happening? Why is it so necessary for Universal to put all of the money and effort and all of this great talent into these shit films? I mean, okay, fine. Anyway, what movie are you guys excited for? Let's start with you, Arindam.
Bride of Frankenstein maybe because I just want to see what the fuck they're up to, because others we have seen any being done in some modern form, but I can't remember how. I don't know how Bride of Frankenstein will be done in this day and age. I think Frankenweenie was a perfectly done Frankenstein movie, but I don't. I'm not hyped for any of these movies because I'm pretty sure that Roberto Orci will come and he'll do one of those movies again. So I'm pretty sure they'll all suck. And at this point, because this movie might tank, I'm not really sure if we're going to get another movie out of this franchise. And it has happened in the past before. They have announced these big movies which never fell through because the first movie did so horribly. And while I was watching the trailers, I realized how they are taking these risks. The two trailers which played for this movie, Despicable Me 3 and Transformers Last Night, both these movies will make over $1 billion each, which will feed this monster universe. They can hemorrhage movie money. This is not a problem for them at all because they have these two movies which will come and these will sweep the entire box office away. So I'm pretty sure we're going to get these movies, but I'm not sure at what capacity the budget will be affected now.
I don't think we should call it the Dark Universe anymore because what this inherently is remake universe. Every goddamn movie is a remake. Have you noticed this? I just noticed this as I was going down that list. I have seen almost all of these films. Why? It begs the question again. Why is this being made? I understand franchise is the name of the game, but you already have good things. So why don't you just translate it into Netflix kind of a medium? Make small fucking novellas like an hour episodes or whatever. Get some names in there and just make it that way. Just don't make it into an bloated movie. I just don't understand the logic behind it. Anirban, are you looking forward to any of these movies from the remake universe?
I'm not. I'm definitely not. I went for this one, and this one is one of the biggest regrets in 2017 for me at this point. And I went for other shit movies as well. Last time I actually thought that I shouldn't have gone for a movie, which was the Fast and Furious, the 19th movie or whichever edition it was, and I felt really strongly about that. I think I feel more strongly about this one because I actually felt like it was a huge waste of my time because you guys went today, right? I actually went yesterday and I got the late night show and I was there and I was there watching it all alone and I actually seriously contemplated getting up and walking out of the movie halls. It was that irritating a movie for me. And if they'll have so many of this shit directors attached to their other projects, I don't know why I should be interested in that because they're going to do the same thing. They're going to have this trailer that is going to entice us. Because remember we saw the Mummy trailer, this trailer drop, and we got so freaking excited for it. We're apprehensive, but we're going to watch it, right? Even when the reviews were in, we're still going to watch this shit. They're going to do the same thing with the other trailers, and again, I'm not going to fall for that shtick. If actually the reviews are good, I might go and catch it. But at this point, I think the hype machine is totally dead for me, at least at this moment. There's nothing that should be made. None of these characters actually go together, man. As I was saying, Penny Dreadful did a much better job as bringing those monsters together. Even that League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, even that did a better job than this. I think, and that is all I have to say on the matter. No hype from my side. No zero expectations from any of the future movies.
You can't equate this with Fast and the Furious because Fast and the Furious knows exactly what it is. This movie is self-important and it's bloated. Fast and the Furious knows it's silly. The only reason why I hate movies such as Transformers and movies such as this is because they treat themselves with so much of indulgence, so much of self-importance. You are not fooling anyone. You are not being anything that you are portraying to be. You are not, say, a Marvel universe or a DC universe, even for that matter. You're not a Star Wars. You're not a Star Trek. You are not these great worlds that you're trying to build. Make a coherent film. It's not saying that there is not an audience for this monsterverse, this dark universe, remake verse, whatever the fuck it is. I'm not saying that there is not a universe for it. I will watch it if it's a good film, but make a good film first. I think the it is horribly miscast. I think Tom Cruise should not have been attached to this project. I don't think Javier Bardem should be attached to this project. I don't think Johnny Depp should be attached to this project because they have played these characters to death. Tom Cruise can play a silly, over-the-top character. You know, he has done this all his life. Look at Interview with a Vampire. He's fucking fantastic in that film. It's not like he can't make it work. It's just that he's not given the tools to make a good film or make a coherent universe because you're just shoving all of this crap in front of him. There's only so much that he or even he or someone like a Russell Crowe can also do. And Russell Crowe's portrayal of Mr. Hyde, I understand. I mean, I'm very familiar with the source material. I love Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I think it's one of the greatest books ever written. But his portrayal and his shifting and the unexplained shit. Like, I understand you're supposed to be like this Hulk type character, but what the fuck was that? That was like a British guy trying to do a Beast impression, the Beast from the X-Men movies, of course. So, talking about ratings, I give it an F. If you are listening to this review and you're deciding to go and spend your hard-earned money on watching this film, don't wait for it to be out it'll be shown, of course, all over TV and all because this kind of movie works on the TV platform. So wait for it to come out in on Blu-ray or out on streaming or out on your on HBO or Star Movies or wherever, and watch it there. Don't spend your hard-earned money and waste your time watching this crap in the theaters. You guys deserve better, and this is not a great film. My rating is an F. Let's start with you, Arindam. How would you rate this film?
I give it a C plus. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was stupid, and I didn't look much into it. And I was expecting it to suck. It just didn't for me. So I enjoyed, and I would give it a C. And yeah, don't watch it in theaters because it's too dark, because of the 3D. So wait for it to come out on TV.
Wow. I will follow up on what Abhishek said. I will actually go one step further and say don't even waste your bandwidth on downloading this movie. If it comes on your TV, then watch it. Otherwise, forget about it because it's not worth your bandwidth also. I'll give it an F.